How does the world is powered? What are the sources that generate the world's electricity today? 7th, biomass. With about 1% of the total electricity produced, this renewable source of electricity uses organic matter such as wood chips, agricultural waste, and municipal solid waste to generate electricity. Biomass is a cost-effective and renewable fuel source, particularly in countries with abundant forestry and agricultural resources. However, the combustion of biomass can emit greenhouse gases and air pollutants. 6th, geothermal. It also represents around 1% of the total electricity produced and uses the geothermal energy to harnesses the natural heat of the Earth's crust to boil water, which in turn will drive a steam turbines to generate electricity. This source of energy is commonly found in regions with active volcanoes or hot springs, such as Iceland, the United States, and Indonesia. Geothermal energy is a clean and renewable source of electricity that is relatively cost-effective, but it can be limited to specific locations. 5th, solar power. Solar power is a clean and renewable source of electricity that uses photovoltaic cells to convert sunlight into electricity. Solar power accounts for around 2% of the total electricity produced globally, but it is increasingly becoming the most cost-effective solution for electricity generation in sunny regions globally. However, the initial cost of setting up solar panels can be high, and the efficiency of solar cells can vary depending on factors like weather and location. 4th, wind power. This source accounts for about 7% of the total global electricity generated and continues to sharply grow in share. Wind power is a clean and renewable source of electricity that harnesses the power of wind to turn turbines and generate electricity. Wind power is commonly used in countries with high wind potential such as China, the United States, Germany, and India. However, it requires a large area of land to set up wind farms, and the noise and visual impact of wind turbines can cause concerns for local communities. 3rd, nuclear power. About 10% of the global electricity comes from nuclear power plants. It generates electricity by using the heat produced by nuclear reactions to drive steam turbines. Nuclear power plants are capable of producing large amounts of energy consistently without emitting greenhouse gases. However, the high cost of building and maintaining nuclear reactors, the risk of nuclear accidents, and the issue of nuclear waste disposal make this source of energy controversial. 2nd, hydropower. About 16% of the global electricity is produced from this renewable source. It harnesses the energy of falling or flowing water to turn hydro turbines and generate electricity. This source is commonly used for large-scale electricity generation in countries like China, Brazil, Canada, and the United States. Hydropower is a reliable source of energy with a low carbon footprint, but it can have negative impacts on river ecosystems and can displace local communities. 1st, fossil fuels. The world's biggest source for generating electricity, about 64%, still comes from non-renewable sources like coal, oil, and natural gas. These are the most commonly used sources of electricity generation around the world. These fuels are burned to heat water, which produces steam that drives steam turbines to generate electricity. Fossil fuels are plentiful and relatively affordable, but their extraction, transportation, and combustion have significant environmental impacts such as air pollution, greenhouse gas emissions, and habitat destruction. There are many other sources which combined represent less than 1% of the total electricity generated. Let us all promote renewable sources and follow the example of countries like Brazil, which has 85% of its electricity coming from renewable sources.
Thanks for watching WiseRing. Stay safe. Subscribe.